Hello, everybody. We're live. Possibly, possibly not. Let's check my YouTube studio here, as always. Make sure I'm doing everything right. I think we're live. Never quite sure. Drop a little comment and let me know if you can see me and if you can hear me. Alexandra's here. Welcome. Okay, I'm checking my YouTube page. Hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. And let me just take a look at these comments. Wow. So as you can see, I'm just waking up. Here, so I'll let some people join the chat while I sip on this coffee. Wearing my my new house coat, which I got for my 40th birthday, and so what if I'm wearing a house coat for the live stream? I'm just being comfortable. It feels good, and this is one of the many benefits of being self-employed. Just wear whatever you want. Chad, welcome, man. Kenjo Music's in the house. Hello. Joe Totino, welcome, man. Good to see you. Stanislav, how's it going? Welcome, guys. Okay, awesome. Yes, I see and hear you. Great. Okay, great. Yeah, I'm just chilling here. It was a late night. Only woke up about an hour ago, so bear with me. So what the heck are we doing here today? So we got, as always, some submissions for the monthly challenge to showcase for everyone here, which I'm really excited about because, as usual, everyone just did such an amazing job. What was the challenge? So October's challenge was to get some holiday music together, and it wasn't limited to any particular holiday. It was whatever holiday you want, but with somewhat of a focus on the big holidays that tend to, get be a good choice for uploading music to libraries. So Halloween, obviously Christmas, but also like St. Patty's Day, Hanukkah. It could be whatever you want. For the most part, I think 99% of the music that was submitted for this challenge was Christmas and Halloween music. So that's what you're going to be hearing today. However, we do have one St. Patty's track, which sounded pretty cool. And I'm going to show you guys one of my Halloween tracks too, which did quite well on Motion Array this last month. It was #1 for a little bit, and yeah, it's kind of like a Halloween trap tune. I'll show that at the end of everyone's submission showcase. So I'm gonna just dive into it, I guess, and I'll offer a little bit of feedback if I have any for the tracks that I do here. But for the most part, I'm just really stoked to showcase the members of the Academy's submissions here. I'm having trouble talking, and yeah, you guys, I'm just giving you all a huge shout out for taking part in these in these challenges, because they are sometimes very challenging, but also you guys are really pushing yourselves out of your comfort zone. You're trying new things. You're testing out the waters with new genres and styles, and I just respect that so much. That's really kind of been my philosophy from the beginning. Just like push yourself to try new things, try new styles, and just get out of your comfort zone. That's what it's all about in the Academy. And yeah, I love doing these live streams. I love showcasing your guys' music. It's inspiring to me to see you guys just try new things and push yourselves. So let's get into it. Excuse me. Dennis is in the house. Main Productions. I think that's Martarius, right? Welcome. Arco, welcome. Mohit, how's it going? Welcome. Glad to see you guys here. Who else is in here? Tony, how's it going? Mark. Oh yeah, yeah. He made the house code his signature. Yes, absolutely. Right. I forgot about Mark. Thank you for reminding me of that. Hey, Felipe. Good to see you, man. Okay, let's jump into it. I got this session loaded up. Yeah, and if you're just hopping in, feel free to say hello in the comments. Let me know how you're doing. All right. Who's up first? We got Mr. Paul Marsh. Okay, hopefully this is going to come through loud and clear. Let's just give this a spin, and then we'll talk about it after. Oh, I almost forgot. Some of you guys sent me some notes. Not everyone did, but I'm not sure if Paul sent me any notes for this, but he did mention that he wrote this Christmas track after taking the holiday course. So I put out a holiday course at the beginning of October, which was looking at Christmas and Halloween music. And so he wrote this after taking that, and he mentioned that through taking the course, he had kind of a better idea of how to sort of like Christmasify tracks, which is something that I kind of speak about in the course. It's like if you have those Christmas elements, like I don't know, like the bells and some staccato strings, the staples of Christmas music, then you can kind of Christmasify any track. And anyway, I'm going to shut up and I'll just play the track. Here we go. Paul Marsh. Love it, Paul. So good, man. Man, I got to be honest. I like this. I see how you kind of took inspiration from the track that I did in the course, which was kind of like the same idea, like folky strumming acoustic guitar with like those Christmas elements, like the timpani rolls and the tubular bells and all the stuff, all the Christmassy stuff. I like your track better than the one in the course. It just sounds really good. The melody is just straightforward, simple. It's all just to the point and totally 100% licensable, man. If you sent this to Motion Array, I know that you're working on a Motion Array application. They would absolutely be stoked on this mix. I don't know. I still have to check out some of the tracks that you're going to send to Motion Array, and we're going to talk about that later. But I don't know if this is one of them, but 100%, this is something that would work for them, and that the mix is good. It's really solid. I like everything about the track, honestly. I don't really have any like critical feedback on it. It's great. It's fantastic work, man. Oh, just catching up with the comments. Topher, what's going on? Yes, you can absolutely send me a last minute submission here. Send it over to my email, and I will try not to forget about it. I'll feature it at the end here. That would be great. Remind me in the comments though. Just say sent, just so I don't forget. Would be happy to showcase something from you. Okay, thank you so much, Paul. That was awesome. Okay, next up we have Stanislav Kapustin, and this is. Oh, let me just pull up my notes here. Okay, so Stanny sent me a list of VSTs and stuff that he used. Lots of splice. We got some drums from UJam, from the Glory pack. Is that the one that I sent you for last month's submission? By the way, for those of you who don't know, Stanislav was one of the winners from last month's challenge. Fantastic work. Go check out his score for the 80s challenge. That was really, really, really good. 808 bass from Glory as well. Easy drummer. We got piano from Hybrid Keys and Gentleman, the Gentleman piano. That's the Native Instruments. Strings, CSS2 for spiccato, and Cubase stock pizzicato strings. So you're a Cubase user. I'm just learning Cubase myself. We'll talk about that some other time. Brass from Vienna Symphonic Library, cool. We got, and you layered that with some splice samples, very cool. Theremin from the Cubase stock Theremin. ARPS, Cubase stock patch. Okay, a lot of Cubase stuff here, cool. It's good to know. Some ear candy from Splice as well, and also some of his own samples. Master Bus, Vitamin by Waves, Gulfhouse, and Ozone 9. Let's check it out. Here we go. Oh, this track has a title too. Creepy Trappy Halloween. Excellent. Yeah, dude, killer work. I love it, man. That's a fantastic track. It's got so much energy, and yeah, it's fire. as the kids say, it's fire. Okay, there's one thing I wanted to point out though. That little like 808 bass sample that you're using, like boom, ba boom. There's at the end of like the whole like 8-bar phrase, when you're doing those like turnaround chords, like don't. I don't know what the actual notes are, but it sounds like because it sounds like the 808 bass sample is moving along with the horn stabs, like it's going like bum 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 bum, like along the ride for most of the way, except for at the end of the chord progression. It doesn't sound like it's dipping down with the bass there at the end. You can hear it. It sounds like it's still on the tonal or on the tonic. So I don't know if maybe adjusting that 808 bass might help it like kind of jive with the with the root note of the chord progression. That's just the one thought I had that I wanted to share with you. But otherwise, like this is sweet and definitely like a banger. it's a banger for sure. And it would kill it on the libraries. Hey, Alan, how's it going? Welcome. Multi-Music Man, welcome. Oh, somehow, Stanny, somehow your message got like retracted, but I didn't do that. Just in case you're wondering. I don't know what happened. Maybe it thought you were sending a link in there or something like that. Yeah, but anyway, great track. I'm going to just move on and just let me maybe retype the message in the comments or something. I'm not sure what happened there. Sometimes YouTube just does things on its own. It thinks it's something that it's not. And anyway, who be next? Marshall. Marshall's new to the Academy. I don't think I've heard, we've reviewed any music from Marshall yet. So let's check out what's going on here. This is called Snowfly. Dude. Yes, Marshall, that is my kind of lo-fi, dude. That is awesome. I absolutely love this track. I want to share a few notes that Marshall sent over to me as well. He said, for my holiday queue, I thought it would be a fun challenge to try to make a lo-fi hip-hop track with winter holiday vibes. Use the Vince Guaraldi song Skating from the Charlie Brown Christmas special as inspiration to start the track, and then went my own direction from there. Use the Una Corda piano with a combination of RC20 and Arturia's tape Mellify for the main piano throughout the track. The drums and percussion are all samples from Splice or the free Kymatics lo-fi pack. I also used Lab's soft piano and Christmas instruments. The bass I played live, and I used a Neutron preset for tone. Dude, you're speaking my language. That's what I do. I love using Neutron for bass, and yeah, this is great. This is awesome. On the mixing side of things, use Valhalla for verbs. Yep. Native Instruments, VC, and Solid Series compressors and EQs, as well as the Neutron, and finally Ozone on the mix bus. I just can't fault you on this lo-fi track. I absolutely love it. All the little details are just fantastic. I love the tape cassette little sample that you used. That was super tasteful, and just ear candy, very, very well placed ear candy. There's a little breakdown section that I just thought was so great too. Like the way you're filtering things out during this breakdown is just fantastic. Just that, that little, I don't know, what is it, like a snap sample kind of thing, like just with the verb, adding a little bit of depth to those mixes these mixes is really important. We have like these intimate elements like the piano and the drums and other elements that are kind of like giving the picture a bit of space, and that's just so important in a mix, man. You really killed it on this one, and this would absolutely, work for in the licensing world. I mean, in terms of, I would be stoked to send this mix to Motion Array if I'd done it. So well done. Let me just catch up with the comments here. Philippe says sent. My tracks can be sent. Okay, Felipe. At the moment, I am just reviewing tracks from the Academy members. That's what these live streams are all about. But there is quite a few people in the Academy now. If you're there under a different name, or if you're there and I don't even realize it, let me know. For anyone who's wondering, who's not in the Academy, who's watching this right now, I am doing a big Black Friday sale on membership that's coming up. So if anyone wants to join, you're going to be able to get in on a significant discount coming up very soon. And then you can get your tracks reviewed live. Arco says Lo-Fi Christmas. Yep. Yeah. Lid Rafe, welcome. Yeah, this is super smooth. Hey, Deepak's in the house. How's it going? Eric, what's up? Hey, we finally have a submission from Eric today. What do you know? I did not miss any emails. Multi-Music Man says, just downloaded Epic String MIDI pack. Nice. Awesome. Frodo's in the house. Welcome, man. Got a last minute submission from Frodo. I'm going to showcase that later today. Sup. LOL. Sup, dude. That's because I texted it. See, I knew you had some holiday music. I knew this challenge was going to work for you. Oh, thank you, Eric, for the shout out on your live. Sorry I missed it. I was busy setting up this live stream. How did it go? Let me know. Is it Christmas already? It's almost. Guys, it's time to start uploading the Christmas tracks to, it's not time to start uploading. I don't think Motion Ray would accept Christmas tracks at this early stage, but this is the time to start writing them and getting them ready. I'm gonna have a whole handful ready for December. That's my plan. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, we have Mariano Navas, longtime member of the Academy. Always stoked to feature your music, man. Mariano's submission is the only one that is a St. Paddy's Day submission. So enjoy. yeah. Nice, Mariano. Makes me want to drink beer. That was great. Mariano sent me some notes. As for instrumentation, everything comes from either the Contact Factory library, Irish flute, fiddle, bagpipe. See, these are instruments that I do not use very often. This is very, very cool. And the fiddle sounded awesome, man. Stock percussive sounds. The Giant was the piano. Scarby Rickenbacker bass. Strummed acoustic library to get that folky Irish acoustic guitar pattern. There are no synth sounds at all except for a doubled and detuned sub-bass sine wave mildly processed with distortion. It aims to be a hybrid track bringing together a folky mood with an electronic and uplifting feel. Yeah, I was going to say it has that kind of, like the beat felt very kind of electronic. It was kind of an interesting touch. It is likely to confuse people because it does weird and creative things and doesn't use the Dorian mode as most Celtic music usually does. Yeah, there was an interesting choice with the chord progression. Like at the end of the 8-bar progression, there was like a minor chord there where I was expecting like a major turnaround or maybe something like that, but it was slightly feeling like an unconventional chord progression, but it definitely added something unique to it, and it was I loved it, man. It was super high energy and really exciting. And always it's so cool that we got a St. Paddy's track. I was hoping to get something other than Christmas and Halloween for the submissions. So huge bonus points on that. Thanks, Mariano. Hope you're doing well, man. Okay, next up we have Jot Hogben. Jot's a new member in the Academy, so stoked to show you this work. Does Jot have any notes for me? Yes, he does. Composition. Inspired by soundtracks like Polar Express, Elf, Home Alone, etc., and also British Christmas adverts like M&S, Aldi, etc. Aldi? Sorry. Tried to keep it harmonically interesting in the middle section before a return of the opening melody. Cool. Let's check it out. Wow. That's a beautiful, beautiful mix, Jot. That's really, really nice. I was wondering what VSTs you were using here. It's just a really, really nicely balanced and crystal clear orchestral mix. I loved it. You mentioned the orchestral tools, woodwinds, very cool. Mallet flux for I'm assuming that Celesta and Glockenspiel, Omnisphere, and cinematic strings too. Man, I'm gonna pick up the CSS for Black Friday. I think I gotta do it. Cinebrass core also sounding so good on the brass level. Yeah, that's just fantastic, man. This is absolutely 100% licensed material here. This kind of stuff would really get a lot of action on Motion Array. Absolutely. I was listening to some of the most popular tracks of Christmas tracks from like last year or previous years. And a lot of stuff like this, just like, straight up orchestral type tracks. and this would just fit right in. It is really, really high level mix here. This is fantastic work. So congrats and thank you for sharing that with everyone. That's awesome. Very inspirational. Oh my gosh, look who's up. Look who's up. Mr. Eric Copeland. Let me just catch up with y'all in the comments here. Yeah, top mix, beautiful melody. Somehow reminds me of a Harry Potter Hogwarts Christmas scene. Nice. Perfect movie Christmas. Yeah, totally. Absolutely. It was a really, really stellar mix. Yeah, soundtrack material. I love the German word Glockenspiel. Me too. Glockenspiel. It is a very beautiful word. Okay. Eric, what is the name of this track? The Haunted Realm. Okay, I'm stoked. Let's hear this. Here we go. Yes. Nice. What are those little rips that you're using? Is that Logic stuff, like right at the end there, that little flute rip? Just curious. I recognize a lot of those orchestral percussion sounds from the stock Logic stuff, which is great. I love using the stock, or Logic has fantastic stock sounding tools. A lot of the orchestral percussion stuff that comes with Logic is great. So I hear a lot of that in there. That is fantastic. I love this super creepy, spooky breakdown section, which starts about here. Just gets dark. I love it. Nice. Thank you for sharing, Eric. Love the instrument choice. Flute. Oh, Project Sam. Yeah, you know what? I thought it was. Project Sam has. Is it? Which library is it? Is it from that the Free Orchestra? Yes, definitely spooky. Much made in Logic. Yeah. Yeah, from the Free Orchestra. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's a handy little tool, that Free Orchestra. Excellent work. Okay, who is next? Dennis Moen. I think we have a Christmas track here, and this one's really, really cool. Dennis sent me a couple notes here. So he says, "Here is my contribution for this month's challenge. Decided to do God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen in a rather quirky style. I have no idea what to call this genre. I used Thomas Newman's score from American Beauty as my main inspiration for this. Excited to hear what you guys think." Okay, so let's check this out. amazing. I love it. Oh man, so much I like about this track. I love just like the minimalism, the effective minimalism of this cue. It's super licensable. I think, yeah, this could really work. I love the somewhat unconventional, timing, like the 7/8 time signature is really, really cool. Yeah, just vibey, super vibey. I hear the American Beauty influence in that for sure. There's a little section here where you like threw in this little kind of like, stop, or like this little break here. I love that. I love that so much. I almost wish that you had maybe explored that like one or two more times throughout the cue. That could have been really effective, just as some kind of like transitional energy. But like that little moment there is just so key for me, and I think it just seals the whole deal. Yeah, if I had any feedback, I'd say maybe explore that somewhere in the first half of the track too. But man, I just think this is fantastic. It's a great mix too, and it just is vibey. Yeah, dramedy. Yeah, it's got a dramedy vibe. Exactly right. Hey, Goozer, how's it going? Yeah, definitely a cool twist on the Christmas vibes. Is that a handpan or a tabla in the back? Yeah, good question. Interesting use of the percussion. Andy's in the house. What's going on? Yeah, really, really cool. Awesome. Okay, who's up? We got Mr. Chad Kaya. This is a Halloween track. Let's give it a spin. Did Chad send me any notes? Oh, yes, he did. He says, here's my submission for this month's challenge. I decided to go with a Halloween track. It seemed like the most intimidating one to me. So I wanted to give it a try. That's what I'm talking about. That's the spirit. I used Logic plugins and free stuff along with samples from Splice. Okay. This was kind of a mind bender for me, but I gave it my best shot. For inspiration, I binged some Halloween playlists on Apple Music as well as the Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack. Awesome. Let's check it out. Oh, nice ending. That's great. Hey, I really like how you timed the door sample. Just a little detail here, but this little, where is it? Right here? Right at the beginning. I love that. That's great. Yeah, great effects going on here, and a beautiful kind of narrative throughout the whole thing. It's fantastic. I think if I had any feedback for you, it would be that I would probably the first thing I would do is maybe adjust the volume level of the theremin a little bit. It's a little bit overwhelming. It's kind of hard to get that theremin to sit right in the mix. I know that from my last Halloween track as well. It's a little bit of a difficult one to wrangle. I think I put it through a bit of reverb, but had it pretty low because it's like such an overwhelming sort of sound. That would be my only feedback. I don't know if you guys would agree with that, but otherwise, fantastic track. You made really, really good use of the stock stuff. Sometimes those like the pizzicato and the string sounds in the stock stuff, stock libraries, depending on which VS or which DAW you're using, it sounds like they sound a little dry. So maybe it'd be nice to like kind of layer in a little bit of depth into some of that pizzicato stuff, but it actually kind of works on some level as it sounds with like just like super intimate and like dry. So it's interesting. It's really a really great track, Chad, and thanks so much for sending it over, and fantastic work. Next up we have Martarius, who is a fairly new member in the Academy, and I don't think we've reviewed any music from Martarius yet, but he did send me some notes, I believe. He says, I used cinematic strings for the pizzicato sound and BBC orchestra for the Glock and the woodwinds. This track is one of two inspired after listening to the Simpsons intro. Awesome. Nothing close to that, but that's where the inspiration started. Fantastic. Okay, let's check this out. Nice. Yeah. Wow. Another absolutely beautiful orchestral Christmas track here. This is fantastic. And you know what? It actually reminded me of a point that I recently started sending some music to a library, a new one, and they pointed out, it was like a kind of like a dramedy cue, and they pointed out that I needed a little bit more space, occasional points of just like total silence, and this is really effective, like this section right here. And they mentioned that like things like that are just really, really useful for video editors and the folks that are putting this music on TV and stuff like that. So really, really well done there, and excellent use of space. yeah, is fantastic. I don't really have any critical feedback other than maybe like in the A sections. I guess you want to call it the A sections here, like when everything's kind of going full steam right around here. I love the simplicity of that. I think what is it, clarinet line? Na, na, na. I feel like the clarinet has like you have an opportunity to explore like a little bit more, like a melodic. A bit more exploration with the melody there, but at the same time, I don't think it has to be anything like crazy. But maybe a bit more exploration on the scale. It could be cool. You could tell a bit more story, a bit more of a story there with it. But at the same time, I do like just the straightforwardness of it, and it's effective too. And otherwise, the mix is just really nice, and like the transitional energy is fantastic. You got that really really dialed in. So this is fantastic, man. Thank you so much for sharing that, and great to have you in the Academy, and beautiful work. Okay, next up we have Aleksandra. I believe this is a funky Christmas song. This is called "Is That Santa?" I believe Aleksandra sent me some notes on this too. Okay, so I've composed Christmassy hip hop, a Christmassy hip hop track called "Is This Santa?" And she was wondering if it's suitable for motion array initial application, or are there too many vocal elements? And she mentioned that she also used Sketch Cassette, which she won last month, by the way, because Aleksandra killed it on the 80 scoring competition. Go watch that live stream if you want to listen to her submission for last month. She was the #1 winner. It was fantastic. Also, she used plenty of Spitfire instruments, especially loved how their bass guitar sounds. Hope it sounds good in the mix as per arrangement and mood. I followed the Christmas hip hop track by Coffee Music from Audio Jungle. If you ever want some really good reference tracks to get some ideas, go check out Coffee Music on Audio Jungle. I don't know who he or she is, but they write the best hip hop. Definitely my inspiration for the up-tempo hip-hop stuff that I've been writing for Motion Array. So also the vocals in this track are from her husband. Let's check it out. Wow. Man, I love it. Every time I hear it, it's just so fantastic. I gave Aleksandra a few notes on the mix, and she sent a revision over to me before. So that's what you're listening to here. Initially, I think it was like there was a little bit of brightness, especially on that chopped up synth part. But you did a great revision on that, and just sort of taming and kind of rounding out the brightness on the very top end of it. And it's sitting a lot nicer with me now. Just sounds funky. And the bass, I actually asked her to bring the bass line up a little bit, because I think in these types of tracks, the bass line is really going to, drive so much of the energy, especially in the, like, anything that's kind of like funky like this. But this is just such a cool take on Christmas. I love it. And I love the vocal chops. It's fantastic. And yeah, whatever you did with all like the synth chopping up, it just sounds so cool. It's very, very texturized, and really, really, really interesting to listen to. As always, Aleksandra, killing it with these monthly challenge submissions. It's a pleasure to feature your work every month. It's so good. Let me know what you guys think in the comments of that. That's fantastic. Andy brought up a good point for the last track. I realized that just reading these comments about coming to the point quicker. And this is referring to Martarius's track, just getting to like that A section a little bit quicker. And I think that this is such a good point to make about all production music, whether it's in the royalty-free space or whether it's for TV and production libraries. Just start with the A section. Get right into it. And this is something that's worked out really, really well for me on Motion Array. I'm just cutting out those intros altogether. It's like sometimes it's like a half bar, lead up to the I'm literally just going right into it, because I mean, at least on the royalty free space, it's like people are just clicking through tracks real quick. And this is something I tell people all the time. It's like, get to the point, like almost immediately. It is somewhat genre dependent. Obviously, if you're working on like trailer music or something like that, obviously you need like a little bit of a longer lead in. And it could work to have like something like, a 30-second intro, depending on what the genre is. There is some exceptions to this, of course, but I just wanted to point that comment out. There's a really, really good point all around. I think that, just getting to the point quickly is something to pay attention to with production music in general. Eric says, "Oh, that's real funky." Yes, it is. Awesome. So groovy. Perfect for a Christmas vlog. Totally. Awesome. Okay. Moving on. Thank you, Aleksandra. Next up, we have Akin Fatunmbi. Akin's been with the Academy for quite a long time. I don't get to hear your music that often, so this is a real pleasure to feature this track. And this one, I believe, is like a Halloween type tracks, real ambient, sort of spooky cue. Did you send me any notes? I can't remember. Yes, you did. This piece, Akin mentioned, this piece was intended to test some virtual instruments that I felt I had not really utilized, hence the unnecessary long instrument list. I'll probably rework it to a more licensable structure, shorter intro, yes, important, and more obvious transitions between sections. And he sent me a list of VSTs, that some of which I've never heard of. Nordisk, Contrabass, Arcane, Seance, Macchiano to Borsta. I'm like, what are these? Pandero Menu Cube, Howl's Clown, Music Box, Lamprey, Bloom Chromophone, Kitnetics, Wind Bells from Sample Tank, Shipwreck Piano, Haunted Strings, Project Sam Free Orchestra, cool, Luminous Choir, Spitfire Audio, Epic Choir, Boxer Tricks, Water Phone, Bella D Media, Vampiric, Sonic Kinetic. A lot of stuff in here. I'm just like, I'm gotta go like Google this stuff. Anyway, let's hear the track. Here we go. looking behind me because I'm freaked out. It's super creepy. I felt like a ghost was gonna pop up behind me in my screen here. That would be creepy. Yeah, that was really, really atmospheric and vibey. Yeah, lots going on there. Very, very cinematic and texturized. That was cool. It was really, really cool. I hear actually quite a few tracks like this on Motion Array occasionally, just straight up, creepy underscore type things. So this could work in a licensing scenario for sure. I think what you mentioned in your comments that you sent over with reference to maybe, like doing some work on the arrangement and maybe some obvious, some more transitional energy between sections kind of thing like that. I think that could help the track for sure. Shorter intro, absolutely. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe a little bit more focus on the percussive side of it, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. I think it could just be totally atmospheric too. That works. But yeah, really cool track. Thank you so much for sending it over, and it's a pleasure to feature your music. Thank you. Okay, we're getting down to the last few here. We got a last minute submission from the one and only Alex Buenos Santa Maria. Let's check this out. Oh, Alex sent me some notes, I think. This is a track called Motown Christmas. It's my very first Christmas track. I know there's a lot of work to do in it, but I think it sounds like a cool idea. Okay, let's check it out. Yes, absolutely a beautiful idea. That's fantastic. Really, really nice. I think, well, first of all, I love this ascending choir action you got going on. That's so uplifting. That's really, really nice. The piano riff is great too. Super catchy. I felt if I had any feedback for you, something about the drum sound doesn't like it's not bad. I think that, I don't know what it is. It's kind of hard to tell in your mix, but if you have like some reverb or is it like a lot of room sound dialed in on the drums, but for some reason my intuition tells me that like tightening up the drum sound to something that sounds a little bit more intimate might work to help the track feel a little bit more funky. I don't know. That was my first gut feeling when I heard it. Something tightening up those drums. They sound like they sound very wide and spacious. You can I think you can let the other instrumentation in the track be that spacious stuff. And in contrast to a tighter kit, but it's a small detail. That's just something that I wanted to share. But otherwise, awesome as always, man. It's fantastic to hear what you're up to. You're always pushing yourself to work on new and interesting genres and ideas, and I respect that a lot. And yeah, Alex is on Motion Array and killing it, by the way. I mean, I think that, I can't remember the name of the track that you had there, but it was like top 3 and most popular for the entire month last month. I'd love to know, what you raked in for last month. I know it must have been a pretty good payout for you because that track was so good. By the way, it was so cool and original. And your originality is shining through here as well, my friend. So great work. Alan is up next. This is a Christmas track called Christmas Snow Globe. I'm not sure if Alan sent me any notes on this, but this is fantastic work. Let's hear this. Here we go. Love it. Another beautiful orchestral mix. Fantastic work, Alan. I don't know what it is about that cue, but it really brought me back to like Christmas as a kid, growing up in Ottawa with perfect snowy snow on the evergreens type vibe. It really has a perfect Christmas vibe to it. And that is just, it's lovely, absolutely lovely. Does it snow in Christmas, during Christmas season in Ireland? I'm just curious. Catching up with the comments here. Andy says, "Did you mean coffee music as a song or as an author?" As an author. Yeah, check out. I don't know if you could search by author on Audio Jungle, but. If you search by like up tempo hip hop, you'll probably see his profile because he's he's definitely one of the like a top seller on the site. Deepak says I would add more subtle melodies to make it more interesting, but sounded good overall. Yeah, good suggestion. And he had some comments for Alex. Excellent. Some staccato strings. Yeah. Multi-Music Man said, just to let you all know, you are really great music producers here. Right? There's a lot of talent in this stream. There's a lot of talent going around here. Alan said he was going to send a hip-hop one, which is more out of my comfort zone, but I'll share that in the Academy. Yeah, please do. Mix sounds really nice. Yeah, for sure. Great work. Great song and mix. This is awesome, Alan. Thank you so much for sharing that, and I look forward to hearing the hip hop tune as well. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought of home. I felt a little homesick there for my hometown, Ottawa, and then the snow and the minus 50 degrees Celsius. I don't know why you would miss that, but sometimes I do miss it. Okay. It doesn't snow here in Vancouver that much anyway. Besides the point. Okay, Frodo, we have a submission from Mr. Frodo. Let's check this out. This track is called Dance of the Trap Plum Fairy. Nice. love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Oh man. Yeah. Great work. That was fantastic. So Frodo sent me a couple notes. Did you tell me what the choir you're using? I'd like to know what that choir is. If you could throw that information in the comments for me. But Frodo mentioned he struggled getting a decent original composition done for this one, so I made a little experiment, transposed a score of Tchaikovsky's Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, of course, into MIDI using a lot of cheat sheets, as I can't read notes at all. Yeah, where'd you get the MIDI from? Because I know that you can find that kind of MIDI. Like, there's lots of sites out there that have like MIDI of these like traditionals, not traditionals, but what's the word I'm looking for? Not copyright free, but I'm blanking on it right now. When you're allowed to use it, it's not copyrighted because it's old. Someone will tell me in the comments. I'm having a brain fart here. So he turned it into a Christmas hip hop / trap remix. Great job on the trap elements of that too. Really, really nice details in there. It's been a lot of fun, and I think I also learned a thing or two about orchestration by analyzing the composition. Yeah, totally. That is one of the benefits of reworking some of these old classics. Nice work. Public domain, thank you. Public domain. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, so you haven't submitted it yet. I feel like Motion Array would be super down for this. I know that Frodo, you're waiting for them to approve your application. Hopefully that happens soon. I know sometimes it just takes a while. You got to be patient. There's a lot of people in that queue, but I have every bit of confidence that they're going to accept your application because you're doing great work. Okay, I think we got two more because I do have a submission from Topher that I'm going to showcase here as well after Ken's. But yeah, next up we have submission from Ken Joniec, and I think Ken sent me some notes too. Oh, we have three more. I have one from Joseph too. I'm not sure if he's still on the stream, but I'm going to showcase Joseph's work as well. I'm not sure. Maybe Ken wrote me something, but I didn't write any notes down. So anyway, we'll just listen to it. Here we go. Beautiful. Yeah, fantastic work. I love the way the brass sounds there. Really great arrangement and a beautiful mix. That's fantastic. I think, yeah, Ken sent this to me last minute. And yeah, I'm really glad you did. It's short and sweet. And I think that this is gonna work beautifully for music licensing. It's a great mix. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to say about it. It's fantastic. It's great. Uplifting. Good energy all around. Thank you, Ken. Oh, Kenjo Music is Ken, I believe. Yes. Sometimes the monikers that you guys have, I'm like, I gotta remember who's who. You mentioned you used BBC Orchestra mostly. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know why I've struggled with BBC Orchestra sometimes. I think BBC Orchestra, I don't know if you guys would agree with this, but it has like a very particular sound that sometimes doesn't jive with anything other than BBC Orchestra. Like, it's really good for using it within its own sphere, but it's one of those libraries that I can't always get it to like mesh well if I'm doing like kind of like genre mashups, I'll tend to grab other things. But if I'm doing just like a straight up orchestral cue that's just orchestral, I think BBC Orchestra works well. I don't know. Do you guys agree? Let me know what you think. Okay, I have a cue from Topher here. Give me a second while I just send this over to my computer. Talk amongst yourselves in the comments. This one's called The Haunted Mansion. Let's check this out. Did it work? Did it work? Okay, cool. I think it worked. I think I got to unfull screen this for a second. Downloads. There we go. Let's bring it in. Okay. Topher, what you got going on here, man? Let's check this out. Really nice. Really, really, really nice. That's awesome. Yeah, great mix and just like catchy, straight up. The melody is good. All the instrumentation is really strong. Topher, I think the only thing that I would come back to is, and it's sort of a theme here, I guess, is like, you know, maybe shortening this intro up. I would probably just get to the you know, the meat and potatoes of the track, which is right here. Like, and within at least half the time that you've got here, like I would be coming into it right here. Maybe if I was to do an intro at all, I would definitely consider you know, just making another if maybe you've already submitted this, so it's, you know, whatever. But yeah, if I were doing this track, I'd probably just come right into that A section. Something that, you know, I'm just trying to get in the habit of with production music, just like no very short intros or no intros at all. But that would be, yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. Okay, we have one more track, I believe. So I want to showcase Joseph. I don't know, Joseph, are you still in the stream, man? Because I would love it if you sent me a file rather than going to your YouTube page. But I did want to shout out. Hey, awesome, he is. Any chance you could send me a file to my email? But I will shout out your YouTube page as well. And actually, I could probably just go there and stream if it's too much trouble to send me a file. But I also want to be careful about going to other people's YouTube channel because I don't know how that works with like copyright and stuff like that. Okay, no worries. We'll just give it a shot. So let me pull up here a new window. I believe that, oh, 1 second. 1 second here. Let me see here. 1 second. I have to go through my computer with me here, guys. Bear with me. So somewhere in the notes here is Joseph's YouTube link. There we go. Let's check this out.
I got an email from this
company called
Unison, and they were like,
see, this is the problem with stream from YouTube. Now you guys gotta hear ads from Unison.
yo, check out this MIDI
Who's tired of hearing this ad? Let's be honest. Oh man.
chord pack. I said, nah. I don't.
Okay, so where are we at? I believe this is the beginning of your track. Let me just full size this. Okay, so yeah, Joe has got a great YouTube channel. Here, just gonna shout you out. What's the name of the channel? It's called Joe Totino. Excellent. Go check him out. Great tutorial. I watched this whole thing. Fantastic trailer walkthrough, and yeah, I subbed. This is awesome. Great to have you in the academy, man. So let's give this track a listen here. I want to get to the beginning. Where are we?
Suspense genre.
There we go.
So
we'll start
let's
from
first
there.
go ahead and take a listen to the entire cue, and then we'll start breaking down what I use to build it. Cool.
Great stuff. Who could see that as a trailer for the next like creepy horror movie? That is fantastic work, man. It sounds really, really great. Nice mix, and great sound design there. I love the like the little voice samples. Is that what are you using? Is that yourself doing that? Because that sounds really cool, by the way. Joe mentions, for what it's worth, it's unmixed. My publisher has a STEM mastering engineer that does all the finishing touches. That's handy. It's always nice to have. Yeah, I like that. I wish it was always like that. Artlist does like STEM masters on the stuff I send them to, which is really, really useful. And it always ends up sounding better than what I could do myself, to be totally honest. I kind of wish sometimes, and this is for the stuff that I sell them directly, I kind of wish sometimes that I could like download that finished master from them and use it, or ask them to do some STEM mastering on my normal stuff, because they do a great job. That's your voice on those samples. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, awesome stuff. I think that's it. Oh, you're looking at my my track to-do list. As you can see, I got a lot of work to do on my tracks here, so I better get to work on that. Oh yeah, one last thing I was going to do. Excuse me, guys. Was going to show you my Halloween trap track. I hope I got everybody. If I missed you, let me know, but I'm pretty sure that's everyone. Halloween trap. Let's check this out. Save that. And do a little load session here. Come on. Okay. I'll give this a second to load. How you guys doing out there? Hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, big, huge thanks to everyone who sent me music. Really, really appreciate it. You like that little camera change? I didn't use this camera that much today, but yeah, it's fantastic. Let's catch up with the comments here. Oh, thank you, Andy, for the birthday shout out. I got something stuck in my throat here. Appreciate that. Arco is the youngest in the Discord. Is that what's up? Oh, so yeah, shout out to the Discord server as well. That link is in the description of this video if you guys want to join. If anyone's not in there, come join that crew. Great conversations going on there all the time. I always learn something. Ken mentions great work, everyone. Absolutely. Agreed. You as well. Deepak, kudos to everyone. Really nice tracks. Deepak, where's your track? You gotta send me something for the next challenge. Oh yeah, I can't wait to tell you guys what the next challenge is gonna be. It's gonna be you're gonna like it. I think it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, Arco says very talented show today. Keep going, guys. Absolutely. And thanks for being here, Arco. Okay. What's up? What am I doing? I'm taking a sip of coffee, and then I'm going to show you guys this track because I just wanted to let it load. See, this is the problem when you have big sessions using a Mac Mini. It's not quick enough for me. I need instantaneous load times. That's why I got this new PC, which is insane. And by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but I'm transitioning to being a Cubase user to some extent here, and I was thinking of making a video about like all of the like Cubase versus Logic and some of the things that I'm noticing that both like are good and not so good at. I don't know. That sounds kind of like a boring video topic, but I find it really interesting to like. I've never really fully dived into a different DAW, not since I moved over to Logic from Pro Tools back in the day. And that was fairly easy because I feel like Logic's really intuitive. It's a really easy DAW to learn. Cubase, I wouldn't say it's intuitive, but it has some really interesting features that Logic doesn't have. Some very subtle little features that I think are really, really interesting. Now that I'm sort of wrapping my head around it, I'm finding it fascinating to be kind of fluent in both Logic and Cubase, and I kind of wish that I could bring both of their development teams together to create like a super DAW with all of the features that are like combined from both of them. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? But yeah, as a PC user now, I am not able to use Logic unless I wanted to create like a Hackintosh, which I'm not going to do. Second and third youngest, I guess. Okay. T-Pex is really intimidated by the genre. Q Logic. Yes, exactly, Arco. Thank you. Q Logic. That's exactly what I need. One day I'm going to develop it. Be cautious about DAW versus DAW videos. A lot of fanboys out there. Yeah, that's true. Totally. You know what? It's funny. I told Eric yesterday. I was like, I'm finally starting to get the hang of Cubase. I think I'm like gonna be a Cubase guy pretty soon. And I wrote this, big text to him saying like, yeah, it's taking up a lot of my time, which it is. It's like taking up a lot of my time lately, just trying to like get all the to like the hotkeys and everything together for it. And he just writes one word back to me in the text. He says, traitor. Whatever, man. Okay, so let's not get too carried away here. Let me show you what's up with this track. Here we go. Enjoy. There you go, folks. That's my motion array hit of last month. No, nothing super fancy about it. It's a very straightforward sort of track. And yeah, speaking of long intros, this one in this case, it totally worked to have like this this intro section. I think for like a Halloween track like this, having some kind of intro with that's sort of developing like at least kind of like starting off with something spooky, I think is going to work for like a Halloween theme. I mean, I could have easily have done an arrangement that just jumped right into the A section, but I think for the Halloween vibes, I'm just sort of setting the scene with some of this like creepy stuff, some of these creepy samples in the beginning that you're hearing. Also, getting the theremin to sit right in the mix was a struggle too, and I think what I'm using an Omnisphere patch for that. Omnisphere has a great theremin patch. I don't even know where it is. Oh yeah, sorry, there it is. What is it called? If any of you are Omnisphere users, Theremin's Journey. That's the one. That's it's it's low in the mix. It's pretty low. It doesn't need to be like crazy high. It just needs to kind of get the point across. Yeah. What else can I say? What is the choir? I can't remember what I used for choir. Oh, I used Nucleus choir. Yeah, great library, this Nucleus. I bought it last. I don't know why I have trouble saying Nucleus. I bought it last Black Friday, I believe, on a discount. What are you guys gonna get for Black Friday? Any thoughts on that in the comments? I'm building up a little list myself. I'm trying not to spend thousands of dollars. Actually, last year was probably one of like the least amount of money I ever spent on Black Friday. It was quite minimal because I pretty much have everything I need. I try to separate what I need from what I want. This November, what is it? November 22nd. I can never remember when Black Friday is. But anyway, I am going to spend a bit of money. There's a few things that I want. I want some synths from Yuhi. That's my next big thing. Signature Music Service. Thank you so much. Thanks, Deepak. Thanks, Andy. Thanks a lot, Alexandra. Arco says Stevie B composed that on Stevie's Beast. That one is this is in Logic, but soon you will be seeing more Cubase in the background instead of Logic because I am a trader. I'm an Apple trader. Thanks, Ken. Frodo, probably too much. Thinking of getting Berlin Brass from Orchestral Tools. Man, you know what I really want is I really want that. Oh man, why can't I think? I'm having the worst. I just have brain fog today. But what's the dude? Who's the dude who did the soundtrack to Mad Max? He's got that insane brass library on Orchestral Tools. I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember his name because I'm just blanking right now. But you guys know who I'm talking about. That brass library is that I want it. I want it so bad. It sounds so intense. And yeah, I was watching a demo of it. Yeah, it's a few years old now, but it is crazy expensive. Those libraries, some of those Orchestral Tools libraries are hella expensive. I'm just like, what the hell? You guys got to bring these prices down. I wonder if Orchestral Tools does educational discounts. Maybe I could finagle one of those somehow. Junkie XL, thank you. That's the guy. Man, I don't know. Has anyone listened to that Junkie XL brass library? It just sounds nuts. It sounds nuts. Yeah, so the question is between Junkie JXL and Berlin. Yeah, the Berlin brass sounds crazy too. Yeah, it's Orchestral Tools is one of the few developers I don't really have anything by them except for Arcus, which is like a contact library. And I like Arcus. It's great for like texturizing stuff. But man, yeah, I would love to get my hands on like Metro Arc 1, 2, and 3 and Berlin Brass, Junkie XL. They got some great stuff. It sounds pretty amazing, but like I can't like, you know, I'm kind of hard pressed to spend like thousands of dollars on their stuff when I've already given Spitfire so much of my money. But they really fill a void. They fill that gap where Spitfire doesn't, you know, because it's like Spitfire is really, really great for like that more delicate, detailed, like sort of textural, articulations. Whereas like Orchestral Tools is basically, they've got the market cornered on like big, badass, sounds like triple F, just like really, really loud stuff. And I would love to have more of that, because if you're making like, hybrid trailer music, for example, like you can't always rely on like Spitfire stuff to get that like really, really bombastic sound. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but oh, you know what? They actually give 40% as an educational discount on Orchestral Tools. That's good to know. That's good to know. Chad says, great work, everybody. Hey, thanks for joining, Chad. Great to showcase your work too. That's good to know about the Orchestral Tool stuff. I don't know if like someone mentioned this to me in the Academy, and this is kind of an interesting point, but Think Space Education, you know, the channel or the company that's run by Guy Michael Moore. I'm sure some of you guys watch Guy's YouTube channel. He's fantastic. But he's got like this whole kind of academy as well, which is very, very intense. He's got a lot of different courses in there, but I think he's got like a sort of like a primer course for writing in various different styles. I can't remember what the course is called, but someone mentioned to me that would count, or taking that course would count towards an educational discount on some of these, with some of these companies like Spitfire. And that course itself is actually quite affordable. I think it's only like, I think it's in the hundreds of dollars. Some of his courses are quite expensive because they're like serious courses. But I don't know. I have to look into that, because it would be cool to get a 40% discount. Maybe I could, take that course from Guy, learn a couple things and get a 40% educational discount on top of the Black Friday discount. That would be nice. We'll see. I'm not sure if it's possible. Arco's just playing some emotional music with piano in the background. Are you scoring some emotional piano to this live stream? So, hello, everybody. Just forces you to sit down and watch. Okay. Awesome. Well, it's great to have you here, Arco. And thanks, everybody, for joining. I guess I should wrap it up. And quit yapping away here and get to work for the day. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you to the members of the Academy for showcasing your work today. As always, just such a pleasure to hear what you're all up to. And I can't wait to tell you about the next challenge. November is going to be nuts. And for those of you watching who aren't in the Academy, please, go check out the link in the description below, productionmusicacademy.com. Again, I'm going to be doing some Black Friday discounts coming up, and there will be some discounted membership tiers there for you. And I got a whole lot of great things planned in the Academy for the rest of the year and into 2023. Gosh, this year just flew by. It's crazy. Anyway, love you all. Sending out great energy to everyone. Have a great day, afternoon, night, wherever you are in the world. And it's always a pleasure doing these streams. Thanks for all the support here on YouTube. And I will catch you guys later. Peace. Bye.